Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the plant room. As you can see, we are not in the plant room. We are in my kitchen. And today's video is more of a reset. Um, Currently I feel like the kitchen, this area right here that you see, is very cluttered. I have a lot of propagation boxes, plants that are propagating, pots, plants, and I just think I can organize it a little bit better. So if you like this type of content, stick around. All right, guys, as I mentioned in the intro, today I want to reset this kitchen. Um, I just feel that I can maximize this space a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, and I'm always undertaking these big projects that is going to take all of the day, but I feel like it's necessary because right now our kitchen table is awful big. It's a table that we had back when we had all the kids in the house. I've been trying to talk my husband into downsizing, but it ain't working. So I think I want to take all of my propagation boxes out of here, and they'll probably most likely go up into my office. And I've been working in that area as well, trying to make space so that they'll get light and continue to propagate and grow in those boxes. But they're just it's just too much. So grab a cup of coffee or a snack, something, because this is going to be a minute. And in the process, I'll try to show you some of the plants that I have in this area. And if the video is kind of weird, I apologize because I'm actually using my phone today. So bear with me. I'm going to do my best to show you what I have over here and what I'm moving around. And let's get started. Propagation box 1. I guess this is an umbrella tree, maybe. I bought her in a little 3-inch pot. And she seems to like the kitchen a lot, so we're gonna leave her over here. I don't plan on moving any of the packs that are pure to a different location. Let's see, yeah. Propagation box 2. Prop box 4 or 3. Chinese money tree. I don't know. I kind of like this plant. I've got several of her babies in other places. I don't know. She's just weird. She grows aki, but she's here. And then, of course, our money tree, which is now tangled with the umbrella tree. She is actually a tree. I'll set her right here for the moment so I can get the other propagation box out. And propagation box 4. Okay. Would have been smart if I'd have got the broom, and I didn't. We had no clue what I'm going to do, but let me go get the broom so I can sweep as I go, and I'm going to move these propagation boxes out the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back at it. I'm going to sweep this area a little bit since it's so difficult to get to with all those plants here. Y'all, I don't know why I hold on to this peperomia. Y'all see this? She ain't nothing but a stick with a couple of bright leaves. I don't know. I don't even look at her, to be honest with you. This is one of those plants that just doesn't bring me joy. It's just here. She might not be here very long, though. So, the one thing that I do know for a fact is that this money tree doesn't like to be moved. She has claimed that section of this kitchen as hers. So she'll be placed right back there. So I'm just going to put her back because that's your forever home. I might try to see if I have something to lift her up a little bit so she's not sitting so low. But that's where she goes. Now, let's have this ficus artery, which, to be honest with you guys, this is another one that doesn't bring me much joy. She's just here taking up space. I did propagate her recently and have a piece in water. At some point, I'll try to put back in. I just don't like the way she grows. She's very lighty. And then this is a bromeliad. And she just peed on the floor. That I purchased. Not. Why is she peeing so? Okay. That I purchased and I didn't really think she was going to make it. But here she is. Okay. I have to do something about all that pee. Oh, goodness gracious. Don't laugh. Fiddly fig. I got tired of her. She dropped all the leaves on the bottom, and I just decided to snip, snip. The top part is propagating over here. If it sprouts roots, fine. I'll put it back in the pot. But I cut her about a week ago. She is trying to sprout back out. I guess you can see that right there. But we'll see. Survival of the fittest. Either she makes it or she doesn't. No love lost it. Now, this one is one that I do actually enjoy now that I've gotten used to her. It's a coffee plant. And I really love the leaves. I mean, it's nothing to write home to, and I'm not sure if she'll ever flower indoors or anything, but it's a cool plant. I actually love the leaves. And currently, she's in dirt, but what I learned about this plant in the 2 years that I've had her is that she doesn't like to go dry. So this original plant had 3 stalks with it. They all died. This is the only one remaining from the original. And then I saw a baby, so I bought the baby and potted her in when I upsized her to try to help it get fuller. But it's a cool plant. You ought to check them out. They have them at Lowe's and Home Depot, like $5 in a small container. Another ficus. Ficus Sophia. I do like this one. But like with all ficuses, you know what I've learned? They don't like to go dry. You know, we all say let the top go dry. I find that when I let them get too dry, they drop the leaves. So if you have a ficus, consider that. She's dusty. We're all dusty. Oh. And here's that aloe you guys saw me repot. She seems to be doing good. I know the pot is still a little bit big, but I'm very cautious on how I water her. So she seems to be happy. Set her on the floor. It's pulping. So I think this is what they call a jewel orchid. This is what I have left of her. I was actually thinking of repotting her, putting her in something different. She's surviving. She's not thriving, but she's surviving. I don't know. I really do think there's some plans I need to let them go to their heavenly father, you know, back to the earth. Those are a couple that I'm considering. Now, this guy, supposed to be a queen of the night. I need to snip some of these edges that are not looking so good. She might need a little bit more light. I bought this at a farmer's market. She could see that needs to get snipped. And we'll do that before I put them back. Okay. Yeah. Succulent. Eh. It's hanging in there, right? Okay. So, what I was actually thinking, you know what? Let me go get something to clean this table with. Be right back again. And the mop so I can dry up the floor. Okay, I'm back. And try up some of this water. I keep old towels. They're just easier to clean up little spills. I think I have everything I need now. Scissors for a little cleanup. So I have two of these sables. And I was thinking that I would put one in front of the window, put the other one on this side, and try to put all the smaller plants over here and the larger plants that away. So that's the goal. Let's sweep up some of this mess. So, this is what I'm seeing. Oof. It's been so long since mess with this table. I don't remember how to do that. Anyway. So this is that other kangaroo Erin I told you guys about. I don't move her very often. She's in a 10-gallon pot. And she likes this corner. So this is where she's going to stay. I have no intentions of moving her anywhere. Looking for a house. Might be kind of think of it anymore. So let's move some of these guys back. Had no idea where to start or what the hell I'm doing. But I think I'm going to put this one right here. And I'll water all these guys once I'm done. Wanted to snip her. With 2 sticks can go right there. And then let's see. The goal is to pick some of these guys up off the floor too. That would be helpful. So many plants can build it. And this bromeliad. To all that water under her. Damn it. Switch your pods. This probably is due for a repot. I'm almost certain it is. Skibrit subbies. A bee she's got full on here. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call it plant styling. It's more like trying to fit plants in. Okay. So, we got this little plant, which I know you guys can't see. I will pick her up. She has been around forever. She had root rot about 6-7 months ago. I took her out of her pot and put her in this one. And she seems to be recovering. That's a good thing. She's one of the OGs. And might as well go ahead and clean her up too. Oh, this guy here hasn't been very happy. I cut her back, and we shall see. She might be another one for the compost. Put over. Know about y'all, but I don't do runners. And I'll show you all of the plants that are hanging once we get done with this little area right here. Aha. In case you guys are wondering what I'm using, I actually like this product. It smells good. It seems to work very well. What I don't like is that it's not economical for those of us that have a whole lot of plants. But since it's what I have right here, this is what we're going to use. So this is that, this is the ficus. I combine my Taniki and my ruby and what's the green one called? I forgot what the green one's called. But they're all together in this pot, and I personally prefer it. Some of these bigger plants that are actually floor plants, I'll show you once we're done kind of, moving things around, because they're way too heavy to pick up. And I'm not a spring chicken. Okay. So we'll just cope this one this way. All right, guys. So I've kind of flipped you around since that corner seems to be kind of sort of okay. I might do a little bit of tweaking here and there, or maybe find some risers to lift some of the plants up. But for now, that's cool. There's not too many on the floor. So onto this side. Let's see. I've still got all these propagation babies here, which actually need to be watered. So I'm gonna put them closer to the sink. And I was thinking that the little table that we just put on that side, once I get those watered, they'll probably end up under there because they'll still get light. And that way they're not on the floor, which is driving me insane. This is my junkie area. This is the real junkie area. I've got pots and plants and just a whole lot of stuff over here, which really needs to be organized in a different fashion. So I'm going to start moving some things around. This is that Christmas cactus that we did together. She seems to be doing okay. She looks healthy. She's lopsided, of course. She's growing all on one side, but I'm okay with that. And then remember, during that same video we took and we propagated some of her plants. Those seem to be growing too. Seems to be doing pretty well. At some point, once everybody is more established, I'll probably put them all together because I don't want to have a bunch of different little pots of this. Oh, goodness. So that's one of those little Christmas ferns, not ferns, Christmas trees you buy. This is the one from about 3 years ago. It's the only one left in this pot. And then this one I bought about 2 years ago. That was one year that I did not put up a Christmas tree. So not last year because I did the year before that. This one seems to be doing okay. She needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and I'll do that before I put her back. And I've got another little variegated umbrella tree. Haha. You need to be sprayed. Like now. I've come to the realization that we always gonna have pests. You just need to deal with them when you see them so it doesn't get too bad. This guy right here, he's a no-go. Very close one. I've come to the conclusion that this is not the plant for me. And this is another little propagation bin. I've got some moonshine in there. I don't know. We'll see what that's doing, and maybe I'll put it in a pot or chuck it. Okay. So a piece of my carry broke and I stuck her in here. And I guess she's rooted because she's put out new leaves. So I plan on checking her and putting her into a pot. Yeah, that's what we're going to do with that. And then this area, I have a lot of orchids, or all my orchids for the most part are over here, but I have some plans for these orchids, so they will not be coming back to this table. So they're all Phalaenopsis. I think I said that correctly. So I'll be moving these from here, this area. I won't bore you and show you each one of them. You know, somebody stop me, right? Why am I keeping this? I don't even know what it is, so another one. As you can see, I've got Christmas cats everywhere. I just think they're so pretty. They give you that nice pop of color, come Thanksgiving, where everything else is green and they pushed out little flowers. I think that's cool. All right, so all this stuff here, just I'll move to the side. Probably need to get rid of some of this stuff. I need to go in and paint these. Or would you guys buy these plain and just paint them yourselves? My husband makes these, so I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Would you prefer to do your own so you could match your own decor? Would you prefer that I painted them so that you didn't have to go through any of that? Let me know. Oh, these little pots and doohickeys. It's just, cups. Are you guys as bad as I am? I mean, I saved everything. My husband wasn't lying. I figured I could use these to propagate something. Now I'm wondering if I should just get rid of it, because every time I look around, I got an accumulation of crap. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here. And this ZZ, well, first thing first, somebody actually lives on this thing, so that needs to go back there because they're outside right now. Like, they will be coming back in at some point. So I'll go ahead and leave that there like it's supposed to be. Now the ZZ plant, she's wide. I think that'll work. Then that color plant can go there behind her. Okay. And then, we'll put that ficus ruby back over on that side. That's what we'll do. This is where he used to live many moons ago. Okay. I'll see when that one comes back in if I have to readjust that. Could move you guys a little bit so I can push this ficus back over here. It's good. She's not touching anybody. Okay. Let's start putting these guys back where they are going to live. I don't have anybody small to tuck up under there, but we shall see. So, you, my friend. Let's see. I think the sun hits harder on that side, so be aware. Oof. It's hot, y'all. I'm a little lost with this thing, so right here on the floor is for me. Maybe I could push further back. And get this guy on this day. And there's the baby. You know, use that there. Okay. It's not a bad book. Keep them all together. Where's that little one at? Right here. Back this way. Jim at the side. Right. I should have. Stop before we put that back up there. Oh, come on. So, got the little pine. I am going to snip some of these bottom leaves, which are crispy. She might be due a repot. She's been in this little pot forever. She might need that soil freshened up a little bit. Feels awful dry. I just have to add that to my to-do list. Put her here. And then her big brother was over here. And clean that one up a little bit too, real quick. Anything that feels crunchy. And here. Hey. All right, who do we have left? Orchids. We have orchids. Well, I guess they can sit there until I get ready to do what I'm going to do with them. Okay. It's starting to look a little bit better. Well, maybe I'm going to put those orchids up there because, or I may need to switch somebody around. Orchids off again. Because I forgot about somebody very important. I'm gonna switch you guys around one more time. Hold on. Okay, I hope I'm not making you guys dizzy with the moving the camera back and forth. But for you guys to see what I'm doing is a tad bit necessary. So, move on this side again. Over here. And then we'll just put my aloe over here. Like over there somewhere. Okay. Someone had to do what I was saying with these orchids sooner rather than later. My goodness, it's hot in here. Yeah. Okay, that's all of the plants, which it's a little better. But let me take you guys off the tripod so you can actually see some of the other plants that you didn't get to see very close up. One sec. All right, so I apologize if my hand's a little wobbly, but I'm going to bring you closer to some of the other plants. So I've got this Brazil over here. She needs a better spot, but for now, that's where she's going to stay. And then I got this sorry string of pearls, which I plan to try to repot and see if we can make her happy. And of course, you guys saw the money tree. I'm going to pan you up. And this is where the staghorn lives. And behind her, nestled there, I have that Jenny peperomia. And I'm not quite sure what this is. I think it's a type of mistletoe cactus. And then I have this retusa here. And this is that spot that we just kind of reorganized. Again, I'm not too happy with all those pots there like that at the same level. So I'm going to go see if I have some risers or something where I can lift them up and give them some varying heights. Up here, I have my retusa. And next to her is one of those booty butt cactus. I'm not sure what they're called, but I call her booty butt. And then I have, I think this is a versitivata. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but that's a Hoya. And then I have another Hoya here. And then here's my lipstick plant. And that poor thing right there Yeah, I may have to take her down and clean her up a little bit. I think that's called a cactus chain. And then I have that lipstick plant right here. I think this one's cool. I like the back of the leaves. I think that's really neat. And here's that ficus ruby. Well, the Frankenstein pot. She is actually, it's the ruby, the taniki, and that little green one. I'm not sure what that's called. I forget the name of that one. And, oh yeah, I told you I was going to show you this kangaroo paw. Let me back up a little bit. So that's my big kangaroo paw. That's my baby. Really, really enjoy her. She's so easy. He's a type of fern. Then we put that umbrella down here on the floor. Then if we pan around, I've got the Syngonium. I think it's called a Carty Road. I could be wrong. Then I have another Hoya up here. This one's really pretty because she puts out the leaves with the pink in it. And then I have this Monstera. I think it's Stipliana. And I guess this is called a Stardust, Florida Stardust. I'm not quite sure. And then the Mariner's Cactus. And over here, apologize for that sun, is a Moonlight. She kind of does her own thing. I need to take her down and take a good look at her. And she's throwing out runners, which I plan on chopping back. And you guys saw the Christmas cactus. That's where she's at. And I took that. I guess that's kind of like a yucca plant. Not sure. And then over here we have my ZZ. And I had 2 pots of ZZ. The black one and the green one. And I put them together. It was just easier. And my croton lives back there, so that's why that spot is empty. Then up here, I got another booty butt girl. And last but not least, I have this Cebu Blue. She's thirsty, so I apologize for the wimpy leaves. But yeah, that is everybody in the kitchen. Well, I guess that's a fib. Y'all don't judge me, but I've got some propagations on the table. The ficus that I was telling you about and my chia pence that I chopped and a piece of that silver cloud. And there's just quite a few guys up there. All right, guys, so that is the end of my kitchen reset. I still have a bunch of pots and things I need to figure out what I'm going to do with, whether I'm going to trash or keep. And there are a few plants up here that obviously I've got to make some choices with. I know I'm going to try to repot that Jewel Orchid and that Hoya Carey. But the others, I'm not so sure of what their fate will be. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot, but I'm glad I got it done. I feel a little bit better. Plus, I think I did this last year. That's when I changed it to that, the way it was. And I think at least once a year, everything needs a refresh. So if you made it to the end, leave me a plant emoji. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Talk to you real soon. Bye.